Alright, let's talk a little bit about chorus and flange and even a little bit of pitch vibrato using a timeline. I'm in the lo-fi mode, and the lo-fi mode is really handy because you can get way down to 2 milliseconds of delay. There it is right there, you can't even hardly hear it. Well, you really can't hear it. Let's look at where I've got all my settings here. Alright, so I've got filter at noon, grit all the way down, speed all the way down, depth all the way up. Mix, I've got it at full, which is at 3 o'clock. Anything beyond that and you lose your dry signal. Repeats, somewhere around noon. And that gives you kind of a chorusy sound. I'll toggle this off and on. So here's without. Let's bring that speed up to noon. Let me take that back. I think that's where I had it. Yeah, at noon. That helps kind of get that washy chorus sound in. And the biggest deal on this setting seems to be the time, anywhere between 2 milliseconds and anything in double digits really. The higher you get, the more you get into like a flange type of a sound. And then making the repeats go a little bit, between 10 and 2, we'll say. So let's go through my parameters real quick, sorry. So, sample rate and bit depth don't matter, and I'll show you why. Because this is also why the lo-fi is really handy, because you have a dry and I don't know what L is, but it's the affected. Let's say I guess that would be lo-fi maybe, dry and lo-fi. I don't know. But as I play, listen to this. It's mixing in that bit degraded signal. So you get kind of a ring modulated thing. We don't want our repeats doing anything, so I'm going to back that all the way out. I want dry signal running through only. Dry signal is still affected by these other knobs. Vinyl I have off and filter off. And the rest of it doesn't really matter. So the only thing you really need is that mix all the way down. Now, when we go into time, you hear that? It's doing a lot. The more I'm increasing that delay, the wider the chorus band is getting. It's getting into even like a flange tone. And I'll show you how to get a flange tone out of this too. Once you start getting into triple digits, you really start getting some slap back. So let's keep it down around 40 for a second. Now if I bring these repeats up, getting a really weird kind of pitch vibrato type thing going on. Now if I bring that time down, starting to get a flange sound. If any of you have seen any of that, let me show you over here. The Chase Bliss Spectre is really famous for doing those kind of dolphins and whales kind of flanging sound. It's not the same thing here. And this is all digital, but it's a similar sound. You get really nice flanging around 10 milliseconds. Kind of 2 and 10. Yeah, 12 gets a little wide. Anything between 2 and 10 sounds pretty good for flanging. Here's a 5. You'll notice for this I've got my repeats up pretty high. You back that off, that flanging disappears. So at 3 o'clock, add a little bit of dirt to that and see what we get here. Pretty cool. So backing that back off, we'll get back into our chorus sounds. So it really seems like, you know, chorus and flange both live between 2 and 10 on the flange, and 2 and, you know, upwards of 30 and 60 on the chorus. But what really makes the difference is where you have it repeats. So you have chorus out here and flange right about there. So once again, if I go up to noon, you're going to get chorus. flange, but you got to back off on your milliseconds. And your modulation speed. Alright, so 3 o'clock and all the way down, there's your flange. Noon and noon, here's your chorus. Flange. Dry signal. I'm not pushing much gain through this amp right now. And one other sound I wanted to talk about was pitch vibrato. We have here a warped vinyl. I'm a heavy advocate of Chase Bliss pedals, so I'm not sitting here trying to dispel the rumor or dispel the myth at all. These pedals are killer. But I wanted to have a listen to this one. This is the warped vinyl, and this is on the right side preset, and it sounds like this. Anyone who's familiar with this pedal knows this sound. And I can actually get a similar tone out of the Strymon Timeline by putting it into chorus mode. I'll just drop the milliseconds down. Got the modulation all the way up, and if you put the speed somewhere around 3 o'clock, there it is. That's the timeline. And here's the warped vinyl. Very similar sound. It's hard to tell through this cell phone microphone, but in this room I can tell you that the warped vinyl is much more warm. It's a deeper modulation. It's just thicker and just nicer. But, you know, it's a cool sound you can pull out of your timeline if you wanted to do it. And then if you wanted to add some distortion, you could do this. Not really pushing my amp hard enough, but if you really dig in, you can pull it out, see? And then filter is filtering out, I think it's a high pass or a low pass or something. I hear it doing something, but I can't really describe what it's doing. And if I put the mix all the way up, same thing, because the repeats are so, or the delay time itself is so low.